people them run the place. The people them storm the place. The people them storm the building. The building storm. The people them storm the building. Oh my gosh, guy. They find the girl. They find the child.
We checked this pool, this man. This young lady was not in this pool. What? What?
Spent all night there. We there with the police. And the police come and plant the body.
I tell the major, my daughter's in there. And the major was listening to me this morning when I tell them. You see for yourself for my daughter all the time. You see what talking right is a lie. And the police are coming to chase me from here last night. I tell you since I come here yesterday, my belly tell me my daughter's in there.
He's so nice to tell me go home and he has people running camera footage. He's going to pay for that. Let him pay for it. Because all of them know all the time that my child was right in that hotel. Right in there.
And this house in the back of that is on fire.
This is one house. It's not like she drunk. They said the police are drunk and the police will see little scrambling up wherever instead of water. But we did not see that.
If you see how these police put on a show this morning and hear them now, it's a whole facade, you know. The people say, oh gosh, now if she gone with the tongue, now we can harder for we find shit. Them kind of things there, for sure we are, because they were expecting that now we would have up ourselves and run so they could have do what they had to do, but we did not leave.
When everybody start watching me daughter, I see my woman, hold me daughter like this thing. I push her the pool.
Hey everyone, welcome to Young Black Lives Honored. As someone from the Caribbean myself, this story hits incredibly close to home. Even more so because I recently lost my first cousin, who was like a brother to me, to firearm viol back on my home island. While every case I cover is heartbreaking, this one struck a deeper chord. It's not just about a young life lost, it's about a system that failed to protect her and the cracks exposed in the very institutions meant to keep our children safe. It was a Wednesday afternoon, April 23, 2025, when 11-year-old Adrianna Younge set out for what was supposed to be a relaxing family day at the Double-Day Hotel pool in Guyana. She had recently completed her national grade 6 assessment exams and her future was full of possibility. That day, Adrianna was accompanied by her grandmother, Carol Xavier Azavier, and other family members. They arrived at the hotel around 1 or 2 p.m. As the family prepared to swim, Carol gave Adrianna money to purchase a wristband required for pool access. Soon after, Adrianna was in the water playing alongside her siblings. But just minutes later, sometime between 1:10 p.m. and 1:30 p.m., everything changed. Carol called the children out of the pool. However, Adrianna was nowhere to be seen. Panic set in fast. The family began searching the pool and the hotel grounds. Adrianna was nowhere. The pool was examined carefully. However, her grandmother, siblings, and hotel guests saw no sign of her in the water. The family alerted the police, and officers arrived later that afternoon to conduct their own search, combing through the rooms, storerooms, yard, and even the hotel roof. But what happened next raised red flags. Despite security cameras being visibly mounted throughout the hotel, police were told by management only after they asked that none of them were operational. No footage could be reviewed. Then a statement was released claiming CCTV from a separate location showed Adrianna entering a red and black Ram motor car with the license plate PSS 4684 leaving the hotel. They also said it was last traced in another region. That narrative was quickly picked up by media outlets, leading the public to believe Adrianna had been abducted and driven away. This would later prove to be false. While police pursued a mysterious man named Orlando, who had allegedly rented the vehicle, family and neighbors weren't convinced. They had seen security footage from a neighbor's property across the street, which showed Adrianna entering the hotel but never leaving. If she hadn't left in a car, where was she? The discrepancies sparked widespread disbelief and suspicion. Family members were livid, stating that they had been misled, dismissed, and told by police to go home and rest while their child was still missing. Even worse, Adrianna's older sister revealed that they were discouraged from pushing too hard as officers assured them that everything was being handled. That night, Adrianna's relatives held a vigil at the hotel, desperate for answers. They searched again, but still no sign. They were certain of one thing, however. The child was not in that pool. A video was even shared online showing the conditions of the pool that night.
The management, I said, we're going out with the cameras. There's a female washroom here, there's a bar here. The management explained to me that when you come and if you're going to use the pool, and as you can see, you see the pool here, clear. Like when the family said they went in the pool and checked, everybody went in the pool and checked. Normally, you ain't got to check if there's a body in this pool. You could see it because the pool is clear, right? So, obviously the young lady, the 11-year-old who has gone missing from this place is not in this pool, right? So I walking around, I look in, I talk to management before I talk to the mother and the father to make sure I have an inclusive story. Everybody knows what's going on, why it's going on, and so on, right? So you got the pool here. The pool water looks clear to some extent, but still, if I don't know the depth of this pool. So if you go, that is saying 8 feet. That is saying 7 feet 6 inches, 5 feet 5 inches. If you look at it, right? That's saying 5'5". That's saying 7'6". They're saying 8 feet. So for 8 feet is reasonable depth for a pool. So you would have to go in and check in the pool, right? The young lady is not in the pool. So it could be ruled out that she drowned. Family members who are now just outside here are visibly concerned and worried.
The next morning, April 24th, close to 10:30 a.m., everything came crashing down. Adrianna's lifeless body was found floating in the very same pool, the one searched the day before by both her family and police. Her small frame bore visible signs of VIO, and there were bugs on her skin, suggesting she had been gone for hours. Outrage erupted.
That's what the police do! The police guilty! The police guilty! The police guilty! The police guilty! Are you guilty, man? Are you not this, man? Are you not this? Are you not? Are you fucking not, man? Are you not this? Are you not? Are you doing it? Are you doing it? Are you not? Are you not? Are you not, man? Okay, do man. Are you not? Are you not? I am part of this, brother. I know this. All night today. All night today. You better last night. All of you see nobody in the booth. We stand there and try and watch it. And watch what you see. I am smart. Money. Money. Fucking money. All of you. Every single one of them. Spent all night there with the police, and the police come and plant the body. The police plant the body. Ayo, all ayo. You know, we sleeping, we watch all night. All you know.
Alan them boy. The police are shot.
You! What should I do? We watch this fool all night. We watch this fool all night. We watch the pool all night. We watch it all night. We watch it all night.
The police cover up. The police gonna get everybody on time. The police murder, sir. They put the body. The police bless the body in the pool.
What began as a crowd of mourners quickly evolved into a charged protest outside the hotel's gates. Residents and relatives, heartbroken and enraged, gathered in hundreds. Many were parents themselves, deeply disturbed not just by the child's passing, but by the pattern of neglect and deception surrounding it.
You're like crazy justice. I tell the major, my daughter's in there. And the major was listening to me this morning when I tell them. You see for yourself for my daughter by all the time. You see why talking I tell is a lie. And the police are coming to chase me from here last night. And the police are, you know, it's not the police are supposed to be true. And nothing is up my daughter but the lock up beside there. The police are started to build them 4 or 5 times. I never go in the building. I never go in the building. The police start the building more than 5 times. I tell the police when they don't start, my daughter's still in the back.
No, you're fine.
And you refused to move. Why did you refuse to move? You said your daughter. What made you get this feeling that your daughter's still in you?
I tell you, since I come here yesterday, my belly tell me my daughter's in here. You hear? Since yesterday, my daughter belly tell me she's in there.
How you made her understand that she's in there? How you found her?
The bench and throw she in the pool.
What they do?
They bring her and throw her in the pool.
Did you get an opportunity to see the pool at any point in time?
Search the pool this morning.
You searched the pool this morning?
Search the pool after 6 this morning with police.
I know.
I didn't went there. We had 6 of my family. Search the whole building. I was standing right there watching them because the pool's right there. And nobody didn't saw a body. Here, and you check it after work. After 10. After 10. But 10. 7 minutes around 10. We got to have bodies appear. Just so magically appear in the pool. There, alive.
So what at this point is your suspicion? What do you suspect?
My suspicion is what happened in this place for years. Among the poor who die in this place and they have no camera fish for sure, nobody, no justice, nothing, right? And I know to myself, right? The same thing will happen. They will wait till we go when the hell will find your body. Yeah. But that's why I stand and I stay here. And I will never move how long I see the girl body.
Why say move
it was today, I will stand whole day today. And tomorrow will be the same thing. The next day will be the same thing. But God.
You see any mark of violence on her?
Yes. A lot of mark of violence. Or hands, or knee.
All bruised.
Different.
All bruised.
It's very different. I don't like that.
What do you want to see from here on out? I know a life is lost. What do you want to see from here out?
Justice. I would like to see justice for my daughter. I would like to see justice for the staff members who was working in there when my daughter was abducted. All the staff members, I tell the police them up there yesterday. Yeah, I tell the police but each and every one of the staff because when them girls were acting staff them walking inside there. But the radio were messing all and laughing. I tell you this man.
People brought tires and debris into the road, setting them ablaze. Smoke poured into the sky, dark and unrelenting, a symbol of the burning questions left unanswered by both police and hotel management. Chants of "Justice for Adrianna" and "Shut it down" echoed through the streets. But the crowd's frustration was not just emotional. It was rooted in hard, undeniable facts. Tensions reached a boiling point when protesters set fire to the hotel itself. Flames engulfed the structure, turning the once popular venue into a blazing inferno as bystanders filmed the destruction in real time. Heavily armed police were on the scene to contain the unrest, but the damage, both physical and symbolic, had already been done. The burning of the Doubleday Hotel wasn't just an act of anger, it was a statement. To To the people, it was justice in the absence of justice. A place long associated with secrecy, violence, and institutional failure was now being consumed by the community's grief and rage.
Lealon intelligence come and do it. It is tedious because the place is huge on the inside. And the amount of articles that they have in there, you would need manpower, fresh power, because we were here since the night before, to come and upturn, lift up, and really and truly get into the crevice of things. We heard of these sniffing dogs on the way. We heard of these CID from Ivlery coming. We didn't see them yet. All what we saw is officers come with shield, mask. That I told the commander, I said, this here now is going to intimidate this crowd. Because these men came as though they come to war. You understand? But the fact of the matter is, from yesterday, 2 p.m., the crazy part is that this child didn't have a time of 3 hours or 4 hours. They were swimming in this pool and all of a sudden she went missing. They touched down here 1:10 and by the time 1:45, 10 minutes to 2, this child vanished and nobody can give an accountability for this child, and there is no surveillance footage to support what transpired in the building, and the only surveillance footage that was available, that was received from across there, was divulged to the parents and the CID, in the presence of the CID, that showed that the child didn't make any exit. The child did not come out here. And the next thing is that when they are saying that the police had certain footage of a ram, to twist this story, because they tried, and this is in the moment when they tried, when this body had to go and end up back in this pool. They come and they tell me that they see this girl at a bush shed. If you see how these police put on a show this morning. These people call this big object and hear them come now. And hear one of the officer words, God is good. She had the bush shed. And if you hear contrary things, she come out of this bush shed and she with a boy with some nappy hair. But the bus gone to ridden up and it already discharged and it collect load, and the bus is some BVV, some fancy number, and now the child in some vehicle gone over to the bridge, and hear them now. It's a whole facade, you know. The people say, oh gosh, now if she gone over the tongue, now we can harder for we find shit. Them kind of things though, for sure we are, because they were expecting that now we would have up ourselves and run, so they could have do what they had to do, but we did not leave, because I said, I am not moving from here until I see the child body, dead or alive.
The hotel had been the scene of a similar tragedy over a decade earlier. The brutal 2012 ending of 20-year-old Sadeek Juman. For many, Adrianna's passing reawakened the pain of that unresolved case, and the similarities were too chilling to ignore.
Leave it like this. I walk, I come out and I talk. I said, please, I say, yeah, please. I said, I'm begging you, yeah, just catch for me, yeah, don't do nothing. I said, yeah, clear the road. I said, come on, come when you come here, and you get clear way. Why you tell me what I was away from my life? As I walk off this road here, and I'm going back there, everybody start running to the food. It's just after night.
Who's in front of the place?
Everybody start rushing to the pool. I said by the light post. The light post is showing right there. I said by the light post.
We saw the pool, we see nothing.
I see everybody running over there. And when everybody run over there, say, look, this little girl in the back. The people them say, look, this little girl in the back. And when I said the little girl in there, I jump off from there and I jump over the fence. And I run and I plunge in that pool. Look, my plans is walk up and I'm breathing and wet. When everybody start watching me daughter, I see my one, hold me daughter like this thing. I'm push out the pool. Yeah, I tell you, but look, they had 4 or 5 staff inside there. Yeah, I tell you, because I stand up the whole night and I see people inside the whole night in activities. People move it. And I have the police. I have the police after me out. It's not a crime scene. This place is supposed to close since yesterday 2 o'clock. When this like you're missing. The police was here at the moment. The CID. The CID trying to tell me.
Now tell me on the camera and walking.
The CID trying to tell me.
If tell him I run the camera,
he run the camera and walk this place. The CID with the corporal from Tuschen was here. Trying to tell me. If I lock up this place, somebody got to walk it. What's the word to me? I don't mean what's going knocked up. If I lock up this place, I might got to walk the bus so we can make it knock off. There was the police word to me, and I was like, what this person I laugh.
Let me ask something. How many times prior to you finding your daughter's body was the pool searched?
The pool search yesterday when
One.
sergeant pulled him over, sergeant.
Right?
When I leave the pool, I said, my mom called me. She said, so Brian, you're not finding Adrianna. No matter she was. I said, no, Adrianna, not to alone at home. I was like, in the bay back, I sit on the chair, can't even look at it. I picked up my pants, I left home. And when I reached Puri, I reached here. But two hours to 20 after I reach him. When I reach here, this mother tell me she go to the person and ask them, they don't see anybody like this in the car. But you know, they had 3 persons at the desk. 3 persons working there at the desk. God. Someone will go to the street person and ask them, each and every one had a smile on their face like something funny. Right? When I tell me though, when I tell them people they say, and the people laugh, I stand there. I ain't going to place yet. I stand there. I say, you know what? I watch you over so. I watch you over there. I watch by the number yard. I watch all over where I can get the camera for picture from. Show up. Give me that come out for this place. Guys, those who were feeling. Over there you get no video. Over there we get no video. We get a video, but that blue house over there. Almost 6 o'clock yesterday afternoon. This when the people then come home, check the camera, then when the police go and check the camera. When he started from 6, he must be done till 9. The police come and tell me, they got some camera show, some black ram.
Black and red ram.
Why you listen?
Black and red ram.
Some black and red ram.
We don't know what plate them shoot to all in.
Alright guys, I'm back, I'm live. Situation has remained the same but has escalated. As you all could see, she was found with bruises on her knee, bruises on her hand, and whatever else in different clothes. This is the hotel. The truck gun blow. The truck gun blow. The truck gun blow. Here guys, the body's here. The body's outside. The body's here.
Long before Adrianna Younge's tragic passing made headlines, the Doubleday Hotel was already stained by a grisly legacy. In 2012, a young mechanic named Sadeek Juman, just 20 years old, was ended under eerily similar circumstances inside the very same hotel. Sadeek had reportedly gone to the hotel with a group of friends for a casual visit. But at some point during the night, things took a violent turn. According to witness testimony and the original police investigation, an argument broke out between Sadeek and members of the hotel staff, allegedly involving the owner's son. That altercation escalated into a brutal beating. Witnesses claimed Sadeek was beaten until he was unconscious. Rather than calling an ambulance or alerting authorities, those responsible are alleged to have placed Sadeek's body in one of the hotel rooms where he remained hidden from the public eye for hours. Then, under cover of darkness, they dumped his body into the hotel's pool, hoping it would look like an accidental drowning. But that lie did not hold up for long. A post-mortem exam exposed the truth. Sadeek had not only drowned, he had suffered blunt force trauma to the head, a fatal injury that told a very different story. The coroner's conclusion was chilling. Death by drowning compounded by blunt force trauma. It confirmed what many suspected. Sadeek had been aimed. In the aftermath, 2 individuals were arrested and charged with fatality. Bhola, also known as Son, who was the manager of the Doubleday Hotel at the time and also the owner's son. Lealon Johnson, also known as Tall Man, a 29-year-old employee of the hotel at the time. The case moved to the courts, but despite the incriminating forensic findings, justice was never fully delivered. After a long and drawn-out trial, the accused were freed in 2017, 5 years after the crime. The decision left Sadeek's family shattered and the public deeply skeptical of the hotel's ties and influence. Now, 13 years later, the Doubleday Hotel was back in the headlines. The disturbing parallels are impossible to ignore. Both victims were young, one just entering adulthood, the other barely a teenager. Both were allegedly attacked inside the hotel and later discovered in the pool. In both cases, there were delays in discovery, alleged tampering, and questions about whether their passings were covered up. And in both cases, the hotel's surveillance systems were either inoperative or unhelpful during key moments of the investigations. To many in Guyana and abroad, this is not coincidence, it's a pattern of violence, silence, and evasion. For the families of both Sadeek and Adrianna, the grief is different, but the anger is shared. 2 lives taken, 2 families grieving, and 1 hotel at the center of it all.
And this house in the back of that is on fire.
This is your own house. This is your own house.
Okay. And how old was the siblings that went with y'all?
His grandparents, auntie, uncle, and everybody else. Was all of us went with them. I want to know how this happened. Suddenly the girl moved from me. It's not like she drowned. They said the police should drown. The police will see little scrambling up wherever instead of water. But we did not see that. Everybody was in pool swimming.
Okay.
So we are at a second building owned by the Bholas, which has been destroyed by fire following the death of 11-year-old Adrianna Younge. Adrianna's body was discovered in the pool in the hotel owned by the Bholas. Now, person said that they searched the pool yesterday. The pool was searched this morning. Police officers said that they had searched the pool, but her body was not there. But then after the police would have asked for a half-an-hour break to conduct their search, there were shouts that her body was found in the pool, and this, really angered persons on the scene who were there supporting the parents of Adrianna.
But there's me cheering them, they're praying. I kill you for that those boys. That's the house that that's what they say.
We violating. We violating. Soak the house alone. No. Every do soak the house alone. Every do don't go fire. Soak the house alone.
One of the most troubling aspects of Adrianna Younge's case wasn't just the discovery of her lifeless body. It was the way her disappearance was mishandled by the authorities from the very beginning. The Guyana police force found itself in the center of a firestorm of criticism. Not only had they failed to locate Adrianna's body, they had released false information that she had entered a car and left the premises. A revised statement acknowledged that earlier details had been inaccurate and blamed internal communication failures for the confusion. But for many, that explanation was not enough. How did a child go missing? Why weren't the hotel security cameras working? Why did it take over 20 hours to find her body?
Darren, what are your thoughts having seen the outcome of the search today?
It is definitely troubling. What is clear is that this country showed that, and I have no confidence in the Guyana police force to carry out any investigation. Last night, and I called you the set time, sure, but the call went unanswered. The family reached out to me last night about 11 o'clock concerning the disappearance of young Adrianna. I immediately made contact. I tried calling the commissioner of police and so on to see what assistance could be rendered, to no avail. What is clear is that the Guyana police, the current construct of the Guyana police force cannot carry out an impartial investigation in this matter. The current construct of the Guyana police force is clear. Their purpose, it appears to be, as we see in Linden recently, to shoot people. The current construct is to malign, to arrest opposition opponent. The Guyana police force is unprofessional. And this is what we see here is as a result of what Mr. Parslow said to us. They appointed people who they want, persons who are incompetent. And it's because of the incompetence of the Guyana police force we are witnessing what transpired here.
Yes. And Mr. Duncan, may I add that we are demanding an international autopsy for my niece. We do not trust the local pathologists that they have, because all of them are affiliated with the PPP.
Yes. It's so nice to tell me go home and he have people running camera footage. He's going to pay for that. Let him pay for it, because all of them know all the time that my child was right in that hotel, right in there.
In addition, Sharon, to the local authorities, we believe that the CARICOM system and RSS is incompetent. We see what transpired with the Henry boys. I noticed some pathologists coming from Barbados. They consider me international person. We want the FBI.
Yes.
We don't trust anybody from Caribbean community. Anybody that comes from Barbados, anyway. We want international persons. We want the FBI to be involved here. Not anybody from Caribbean community. Thank you.
Thank you, Darren.
Top government officials, including President Dr. Orfanelli, were swift to respond. Within hours of the discovery, the president publicly acknowledged the case, offering condolences to the grieving family and calling the situation deeply distressing and unacceptable. He vowed that there would be no cover-up and stressed the importance of a full, transparent investigation. In response to mounting pressure from both citizens and advocacy groups, the Guyanese government enlisted the expertise of Dr. Cara Paul, a renowned forensic pathologist from Barbados. Dr. Cara Paul is scheduled to arrive in Guyana the same day Adrianna's body was found to conduct an independent autopsy. He is not new to Guyana, as he previously assisted local forensic experts with the identification of persons who passed in the horrific fire at the Madia Secondary School female dormitory in May 2023. The Vice President, Bharat Jagdeo, also addressed the nation, expressing his own shock and sorrow over Adrianna's passing.
Today is an extremely sad day for our country. First of all, I wish to express my deepest condolences on behalf of the party to the family. I saw a video of the father speaking and how distraught he was. And the family deserves answers, and the people of this country deserve answers. And we find too many inconsistencies based on what we've heard so far with this story that has been weaved. So we expect a thorough investigation into the matter. The President has already announced that there'd be a complete, detailed, and thorough investigation into the circumstances through which this young Guyanese, this young teenager, lost her life. Something is wrong, and we have to get to the bottom of this.
Minister of Human Services and Social Security, Dr. Prasad, visited the grieving family at the Doubleday Hotel site and called Adrianna's passing a national tragedy. She promised that psychological support services would be made available to the family and stated publicly that protocols surrounding child safety and hotel regulation would be reviewed. Meanwhile, members of parliament and civil society leaders joined the calls for accountability, echoing the demands of the people. Suspend the investigating officers, review the hotel's operating license, and prosecute anyone responsible, whether through action or negligence.
Well, it doesn't start here. It starts before. You have a situation in the country where you have politicized the Guyana police force. The police force is compromised. You have CCTV cameras, and the police clearly cannot use them in a way to deal with crime. Now, when you find a situation in which your police is politicized, they are compromised, they are not allowed to operate professionally, and then the society is lawless, what you do is create the impression in some, especially the powerful, that they can commit crimes and get away with it. Now, what is unfortunate is that this crime, whoever committed it, was committed on a child. Now, here is a police force that would normally go into ordinary citizens' houses without a warrant, but a child is reported missing. Some evidence is leading in this direction, but the police reason for not going is a warrant, absence of a warrant. That says that they had some instruction not to go, because the normal modus operandi of the police is to go in and forget the law. But suddenly, there is a need for the law. And because over a period, you've had the Quindon Bacchus or in Boston, the boys in Linden, go right back to the Henry, go back years. What you're seeing is a trend in which when these things happen, nobody comes to justice. And when that happens for a reasonably long time, this is what ends up happening. Vigilante justice. People decide the system can't deliver justice and they will take it in their own hands. And that is where the problem is.
Have you interacted with the families?
Yes, I spoke with the father, but he's in a state that I give him the condolences, just say to him, be strong, etc. But when you look at him, I gather they just took him to the hospital. It is very difficult for somebody, a young man to bear at this stage. And so I thought, just give the condolences, say the basics to him, but don't put him under pressure because he's already under pressure. And that is the position I would have taken as I relate to you.
And what are your overall thoughts on what's going on right here presently?
Again, we're seeing the lawlessness. We're seeing all ethnic groups looting. Some of it clearly is a manifestation of poverty. And I've been saying to the government, you have to have an anti-poverty program. I don't support looting, but I understand where poor people see an opening, they will take it. And so here we saw Indo-Guyanese passing the thing on bicycle, Afro-Guyanese, and it tells you that poverty cuts across race and that we need to solve the problem for the society.
These official statements, while welcomed by many, have not quieted calls for sweeping reforms in policing, child protection, and hospitality oversight in Guyana. The people's message is clear. Words are not enough. Activists, women's groups, and children's advocates across Guyana and beyond have joined the call for justice. They are demanding that Adrianna's story not fade from the headlines, that the little girl with the wide smile and bright future be remembered, and that what happened to her is never allowed to happen again. Adrianna had just completed her National Grade 6 assessment, a major milestone in the life of any Guyanese child. She should have been celebrating with her family, talking about which secondary school she'd attend next, but instead, that promise was stolen. May the family and friends of Adrianna Younge find solace in the happy memories, and may her soul rest in perpetual peace. I hope that justice is solved. Thank you.